Long ago in the land of Israel, there lived an elderly priest named Eli. He served God faithfully at the sacred place called Shiloh, where the Ark of the Covenant rested. People from all over Israel came there to worship the Lord. Eli was old, wise, and respected, and for many years he guided the people in their worship and sacrifices to God. But he also carried a heavy burden in his heart. He had 2 sons, Hophni and Phinehas. They were priests too, but sadly they did not honor God the way they should. Instead of serving faithfully, they became greedy and selfish. They took the best portions of sacrifices that belonged to God and treated the people badly. Many people complained about their behavior, and Eli heard about the sins of his sons and warned them, saying, "My sons, the reports I hear from the Lord's people are not good. If one person sins against another, God may mediate for them. But if someone sins against the Lord, who will intercede for them?" But his sons refused to listen. Meanwhile, another story was quietly beginning. A woman named Hannah came often to Shiloh. She was deeply sorrowful because she had no child. One day she prayed with all her heart, promising God that if he gave her a son, she would dedicate him to serve the Lord all his life. Eli noticed Hannah praying silently and at first misunderstood her. But when he learned about her prayer, he blessed her and said, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked." God answered her prayer. Soon Hannah gave birth to a son and named him Samuel. When the boy was old enough, Hannah kept her promise and brought Samuel to serve in the house of the Lord under Eli's care. The elderly priest became like a mentor and guardian to the young boy. Samuel helped in the temple, lighting lamps, opening doors, and learning the ways of serving God. Eli watched him grow and saw something special in the boy. Samuel had a humble heart and a willingness to serve. Then one night something amazing happened. As Samuel slept near the Ark of God, he suddenly heard a voice calling his name, "Samuel, Samuel." The boy quickly ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." But Eli replied, "I did not call you. Go back and lie down." Samuel returned to bed. Again the voice came, "Samuel." Once more the boy ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." But Eli said again, "My son, I did not call you. Go back and lie down." This happened a 3rd time. Then Eli realized something important. God was calling the boy. So Eli gently instructed Samuel, "Go and lie down. If the voice calls you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" Samuel went back and lay down, and the Lord called again, "Samuel, Samuel." This time the boy answered just as Eli had taught him, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." God spoke to Samuel that night and revealed a message about what would happen to Eli's household because of the sins of his sons. It was a difficult message for the young boy. The next morning Samuel was afraid to tell Eli what God had said, but Eli insisted, saying, "Do not hide it from me. Tell me everything." So Samuel told him all the words of the Lord. Eli listened quietly, and though the message was painful, he humbly accepted God's will and said, "He is the Lord. Let him do what is good in his eyes." Years passed, and Samuel grew up to become one of the greatest prophets in Israel, guiding kings and leading the nation according to God's will. Though Eli's story carried both honor and sorrow, his role in raising Samuel was part of God's greater plan. Eli showed wisdom when he recognized God's voice calling the young boy, and even in his old age, he helped Samuel understand how to listen to the Lord. This story reminds us that God can speak to anyone, young or old, and sometimes the greatest gift we can give others is guidance that helps them hear God's voice. If you enjoyed this Bible story, please like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from the Bible. Thank you.